Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Thiessen Report. A couple things I want to talk about today, or the main thing I want to talk about today is the Department of Homeland Security. There's just a whole pile of news that's come out the last several months that's just absolutely disturbing. I meant to get this out a while ago, but I'm going to do it now. So basically, in a nutshell, Homeland Security is gearing up for serious unrest in this country. Some people have gone as far as to call it civil war, and there's just no way around this. So the evidence is just stacking up in a major way. For example, you have an article here. Why does the Department of Homeland Security need 450 million hollow point bullets? This is from the American Dream. And it goes on to mention all the contracts they have for all this ammunition. Most of it is 40 caliber hollow point bullets, but some of it is a 233 caliber, which is used by NATO, and a few other calibers here as well. But nevertheless, 450 million rounds. But it doesn't stop there. In a more recent purchase, an additional purchase, we're talking about another 750 million rounds more recently that they purchased. That was came out in mid-August of 2012 here, Infowars.com, and it did create quite a stir because that puts the total over 1 billion rounds. This isn't for the military, this is for domestic use. That's about 2.5 bullets for every American. Okay, this isn't for there is no reason for them to have this kind of information. This isn't training ammo. Okay, you don't order 1 billion rounds for training. It's certainly not hollow points. There's no way around it. This is for the American people. This is for the suppression of the American people. And then because it's created such a controversy, the DHS turned around and classified the information which would normally be just public information, contracts and bids for things that they purchased. And here you can see an example of where they've redacted some of that information. So, oops, this upset people, but we don't want you to know, and so this is classified now. Or at least part of the information is classified. So, the cover-up is the evidence of the crime, okay? Going on. This goes back to April of 2012. In addition to the ammo purchases, they're now looking at purchasing bullet-resistant booze, or bullet-resistant checkpoints. So, 1 billion rounds of ammunition, bulletproof checkpoints. What else do we have on tap? Homeland Security unveils monstrous SWAT trucks. Nice little color photo there. And well, what are these for? Are these for off-roading? I don't know. Or maybe they're used for combat with the American people. Alright, here's another one. It just goes on and on. I'm not even scratching the surface here. Bill clears path for 30,000 surveillance drones over U.S. in the next 10 years. This came out in February. So by the year 2022, they want 30,000 drones flying over America, to keep you safe, because we don't want Al-Qaeda to get you, so we need 30,000 drones flying over and spying on everybody. Never mind what that's going to cost, or the aviation havoc that this will reap. Here's another one, and this is where they just come right out and say it. We are preparing for massive civil war, says DHS informant. This is authored by some guy whose name I can't pronounce. This is off True News Radio. But now I will say this just as a little caveat here. Just because there's one informant that says this doesn't mean it's going to happen. They're preparing for it. They're gearing up for it. But the more we exercise our right to free speech and get the information out there, we are winning the info war, by the way. The information war is being won by the patriots. Mainstream media is going down the proverbial toilet right now, and their credibility is shot, and they know it. Chris Slimeball Matthews, I think he had, on his show last time I saw, 500,000 viewers, which for mainstream evening news anchor, that's just a joke. They're big talk show radios that get bigger audiences than that. So they're really dying on their feet. But nevertheless, this is what they're thinking, and this is what they're gearing up for. And it goes on. This one's from February of 2012 here. FEMA puts out contract for emergency camps to house displaced citizens. The FEMA camps, they'll be called, emergency management centers. They'll be called, they'll be called anything but a prison camp for Americans. And the media will spin them like they're a wonderful thing. That's the amazing thing. Right now, it's like a big joke in your conspiracy net if you say FEMA camps exist. About 10 years from now, they'll be selling them like they're a wonderful thing. And after we have, say possibly an economic collapse, people will beat down the doors to get into these places. Oh, look, free medical care. Oh, look, you can stay here. There's a free place to stay. Oh, look, we're going to have a Sunday night concert or something. I mean, they'll sell these places. Oh, hey, it's not safe out there. Come to the FEMA camp. They'll just be like a bear trap where they hang a piece of rotten meat inside and the bear goes inside and the door slams down. That's probably what it'll be like. But make no mistake, FEMA camps are for gun owners, libertarians, Christians, Ron Paul supporters, pro-lifers, and end the fetters, and so on. Returning veterans, gun owners, anyone that's basically or possibly a good person. When the criminals are in charge, this is what happens to good people. That's how it works, okay? Well, why would I say that? Why would I give that grocery list of people that they want to go after? Because they've said it. Look at my other videos on fusion centers. I won't take time to get into that right now, but look at other videos I've done on the fusion centers and the FEMA camps. Stuff's not a joke, folks. It's for real. If you're laughing, you think it's a joke, I'm sorry, but you're the joke. Okay, one more document here. This is off the Army's own website. It's actually unclassified. Civilian Inmate Labor Program. This is where they outline the construction of camps, how to run them, and staff them, and all the logistics related to that. So what do we need a civilian inmate labor program for? What do we need that for? Here's the summary. This regulation provides guidance for the establishment, management, and managing civilian inmate labor programs on Army installations. It provides guidance on establishing prison camps on Army installations. It addresses record-keeping and reporting incidences related to the civilian inmate labor program and or prison camp administration. This is for you. This isn't, for the little Hajis that are running around screaming Allah Akbar. This is for you, okay? The whole pretext of Al-Qaeda and Islamic terrorism is the pretext for setting up this infrastructure. They create the problem, then they offer the solution. They manufacture the problem of Islamic terrorism, and it's not that there isn't some real terrorism, but you look at every major terrorist event that's happened, whether it's 9/11 or the underwear bomber. You can watch my video on that. The bombings in London. When you do the investigation and follow the breadcrumbs, it ends up being our own governments that are involved in doing this. Now, there are Muslims that hate America. Yes, there are, and there are bad groups up there. There's no question. But the governments use that, stage these terror attacks, and then they offer the solution. Oh, we need Homeland Security. Oh, we need more funding for the FBI and the CIA. Oh, we need to create Homeland Security. Oh, we need to buy all this stuff to keep you safe. We need naked body scanners in the airport. We need to grope you and pat you down and stick our hand down our pants to keep you safe from Osama bin Laden. Really? So anyway, I think a civil war can be averted. I don't want that to happen. I'd rather win the info war than see things degenerate into a hot war. And the more the stuff is exposed, the more they back off. So the more we can make this kind of information go viral, pray for our country, stand for what is right, exercise our free speech, we have a chance to avert the problem, if at least not mitigate it. Worst case scenario, we end up in some sort of a civil war. At least more people will have been woken up by that time than if we just, grab our guns and beans and hide out and wait for it to happen. That's not what we want to do. We want to take action and warn people and let people know what's going on. Have courage. Don't be afraid. Don't freak out. But just prepare. Take precautionary measures. Buy a firearm. Learn to use a firearm. Have some food storage. Educate yourself. Like I said, most importantly, I would think, Pray for your country. Have community. Be in relationship with people. Don't be a loner. Don't be a lone wolf. Alrighty? So anyway, that's it for today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me.